Well, greetings, friends. This is Calabrios. Floyd Mayweather Sr. thinks WBA, WBC, junior middleweight champion Canelo Alvarez, he will put a ton of weight back on after making weight for his fight against Floyd Mayweather Jr. And go into the fight around 173 pounds, close to the same weight Canelo was, his last fight against WBA junior middleweight champion Austin Trout last April. Now, Mayweather Sr. doesn't see Canelo's huge weight advantage being any help to him against the much faster and much lighter Floyd Jr. on September 14th. Basically, Mayweather Sr. said this, quote, "Last time Canelo was at 173 pounds during the Trout fight. It ain't going to be no difference. He's going to bulk up and it's okay. Will he have more power? Of course he will, but he won't be the same fighter. He won't see the shots or be fast enough counter." Mayweather Sr. went on to say that Canelo needs to keep his weight lower for this fight instead of rehydrating up so much like he did last time. However, Calabrios doesn't think it's possible for Canelo to come into the fight any lower than 165 to 166 pounds because that's the weight he's been fighting at mostly after rehydrating. Canelo tries to come in lower than that, he'll be taking off muscle to get to that, and Canelo's basically a middleweight fighting a junior middleweight still. He could use that middleweight size to beat a lot of welterweights, but I don't see him being able to beat the Mayweather by being 20 pounds heavier than him. Canelo will have to get down to 165 and hope that he's quick enough to compete with Mayweather at that weight. Golden Boy Promotions negotiated a small catch weight of 152 pounds for the fight, and when you're talking about only 2 pounds, then that's not even a catch weight if you ask me. If Canelo has to struggle to make 152, then he really needs to move up to middleweight, or preferably super middleweight, because you're not a junior middleweight if you can't make 152 without badly struggling. Now, when looking at Mayweather Jr. and Canelo opposing side by side at today's press conference in New York, it's pretty clear that Canelo has a huge weight advantage over Mayweather. I think that Canelo looked at least 20 pounds heavier than Floyd. It's going to be interesting to see if, the weight will hurt Mayweather. Mayweather Jr. should have played a little tougher in the negotiations by having a rehydration limit of 160 to make sure Canelo doesn't go off into the stratosphere when he starts rehydrating. But, Mayweather Jr. doesn't need to be fighting a light heavyweight size Canelo on September 14th. Calabrios is just wondering what happens with Canelo if his huge weight advantage doesn't help him for this fight.